Hello, welcome to this update for Oceania. Let's just see what's happening very quick. So we still have a lot of tropical moisture, spots of the sea just north of Australia, the Northern Territory, still some storms as well. And we still have a lot of rain these next few weeks, spots of the Samoa Islands, Vanuatu, and more areas. So we have this cold front in the sea just south of Australia because of this big extra tropical cyclone in the Southern Ocean there. So let's see what might happen. There's the European model, shows like today it's Sunday the 4th, but in Australia I guess it's almost Monday there. So shows like those tropical downpours still in Papua New Guinea, spots of the Northern Territory, but not everywhere, just like the northernmost part. Some storms still northern Queensland, and throughout next week shows like some more passing showers in Vanuatu, and especially some spots of Samoa as well, but especially next Thursday and Friday shows some heavier storms in Vanuatu and Fiji, potentially next Friday, the 9th, and still shows Saturday, next Sunday, some stronger storms near Fiji, Samoa, even the Cook Islands. And then the European does try to spin up a low pressure there, but not really near Indonesia. So let's see here. There's the GFS, shows also some moisture just north of Australia there, and more like Sunday, Monday, more storms near the Northern Territory, northernmost Queensland. So Monday, Tuesday still shows some scattered storms around Vanuatu, the Solomon Islands. Tuesday, Wednesday, especially later Thursday, the 8th, near Vanuatu and Fiji. So Thursday shows Friday, stronger storms in Fiji. So this might be heavy in some areas. Be aware, be prepared for this. Nothing crazy, but just be aware. And then later, Tonga by next Saturday, Sunday, and even the Cook Islands by like May 13th, the 14th still shows some storms around. So that's kind of far out, but just watch for it. So there's the icon. In Australia itself, more northern Australia, an occasional cold front in Tasmania. But the rest of Australia is pretty calm this week, except for some small cold fronts in Tasmania and maybe southernmost Victoria as well. So let's see the rain until next Friday. The 9th shows next 5 days spots of New South Wales, shows some rain in the European model spots northern New South Wales, and the coast of Queensland, a little bit of rain as well, and a small shower too inside of Queensland, but more in the north, like shows some areas, some 46 millimeters, but most of the rain, like in the far north, even in the coast, more than 100 in a few spots. So be careful. Northern Territory, the heaviest rains to the north. It's to the north of you, but the Northern Territory itself shows some storms in the far north that might be stronger. So be careful. In Tasmania, might be heavier, some 87 millimeters, the combination of this cold front. So be careful. 27, 67 millimeters. And New Zealand is a different story. You might have some stronger front there, still some 198 millimeters, 175, and more across New Zealand. More spots northernmost New Zealand to 114, 66, 30 millimeters. So be careful too. So there's Vanuatu and Fiji might have more than 200 millimeters by the European model next 5 days, even to 164. More spots of Vanuatu to 103, some 87 millimeters, and the Solomon Islands still shows those tropical downpours. Some spots might be locally higher than this, but be careful. Papua New Guinea, still those tropical downpours, especially the interior zones, more than 100 millimeters on the southern coast as well, and more spots in the Coral Sea. So be careful. Shows in Fiji, more like in eastern Fiji, might be worse, but shows in more spots of Fiji. Those storms next week, especially Samoa, shows in American Samoa 220 centimeters, even to 108 in some spots. More spots in Tuvalu, just north of Samoa, those tropical showers and storms. In French Polynesia, still might be some fronts this week. Southernmost areas to Rua might be some heavier fronts, and still some scattered showers and storms next 5 days, spots of French Polynesia. But if I put this until next Tuesday, May 13th, alright, it shows a lot more in Fiji. Spots in the south, some small atolls, even to 259 millimeters. Central Fiji, more than 100 in a few spots, and show like eastern Fiji, close to 200 next 10 days. And yeah, especially Samoa shows close to 200 as well next 10 days. And it shows a tiny bit more in Eastern Australia next 10 days. And so be careful in those areas, but this forecast will change a lot still. Nothing's certain. But does show here the GFS just next 5 days. Shows in Fiji some 53 millimeters. In Eastern Fiji, the GFS is already to 200 next 5 days. So be careful in those areas. Southern Fiji shows some in Tonga, and central northern Vanuatu has more than 104 as well. More spots 235, 128, more northern Vanuatu, and especially spots of the Solomon Islands, southern Solomon Islands even more, Papua New Guinea, central Papua New Guinea to western Guinea, so be careful those heavy showers and storms. And here, spots of Samoa, as far east as American Samoa, some more than 100 millimeters next 5 days. And next 10 days shows even more, especially to eastern Fiji, more than 250, most of Papua New Guinea, and even Northern Territory shows more than 140 next 10 days. So be careful in those areas. But it's still far out. There's the icon next 6 days shows spots of Samoa. It even has to like 266 on specific spots. More in American Samoa too. Shows Fiji, especially the eastern coasts. More northern Vanuatu into the Solomon Islands, and Lata shows more Mua, more 100 millimeters. So stay safe. The southern coast of Western Guinea and Papua New Guinea might get drenched, so be careful in those areas. And even to the south of French Polynesia shows this big area of a lot of storms and some occasional storms French Polynesia. So be careful those areas, and yeah, stay safe. Let's see here if there's something else. So let's see specifically for New Zealand first. So there's the European model. It's still calm there except for a few showers, but Wednesday might have this cold front, southern New Zealand, some stronger storms and showers and some heavy rain. Then this might combine with another system on May 9th, Friday. Shows some more storms northern New Zealand throughout Friday, and this ends by Saturday. So this goes Sunday, Monday, and shows another front next Tuesday, the 13th, spots of southern New Zealand, Waitangi. And then after that, on the 18th might be more, but like that's more than 2 weeks out, so we can't know that as that far. But be aware, there's the GFS shows a similar thing on Wednesday the 7th, the front in southern New Zealand, and then Thursday combines with the other system, and Friday northern New Zealand. So be careful in those areas. The accumulations I showed you, especially southern New Zealand, might be heavier. The icon has more than 180 millimeters as well in those southern mountains, and even to northern New Zealand, spots close to 70 millimeters. So stay safe. There's the GFS, spots even 76, northern New Zealand, more than 100 in the south. So be careful those areas. There might be some snow as well, so especially like the South Island to 3 centimeters in a few spots, and next 10 days shows even to 6 centimeters in a spot or two. So be aware, that's a possibility. The GFS has even more snow. It has like to 19 centimeters just until Friday, next 5 days. The icon just 4 centimeters, and the axis to 6 centimeters. So be aware those areas. But Tasmania might get more snow than New Zealand. The Europeans like 12 centimeters just next 5 days until next Friday. So be careful, some 13 centimeters, 7 centimeters, 11. And next 10 days doesn't change much, but there might be a little bit more. There's the GFS, shows even to 18 centimeters, and spots even to 23 centimeters in Tasmania. So be aware of the snow. There's like the icon as well, shows some 9 centimeters, and the axis shows some as well. So be aware. And there's here like for some wind in New Zealand, the wind gust still shows 2 days, Sunday to Monday, some wind in Waitani. This goes, shows Tuesday, the wind starting in the South Island, some stronger gusts, especially Wednesday, the 7th, even to 94 km per gust, some stronger winds that front in the south. So Wednesday, Thursday, shows spots there to 94 km per gust, 105, and 90. There's the GFS, not even showing anything, and there's the icon to 113. So be careful. This goes, shows later Friday northern New Zealand, possibly some higher gusts as well, and like Waitani throughout Friday too. So be careful in those areas. There's the axis as well for Wednesday, shows some gusts there, but it's not too strong. So be aware in those areas. And there's like in Australia, Tasmania throughout Monday, some strong gusts in a few spots, especially Monday afternoon on May 5th. Especially later into Monday night and Tuesday. This is already Tuesday there because that's in European time. So it shows around the middle of the night into Tuesday morning, some higher gusts in spots of Tasmania. And then this goes still some on Tuesday afternoon and Wednesday. This is close to Wednesday morning. This goes still shows stronger gusts Wednesday night. So be careful. By Thursday it calms down, and by Friday it's gone. So be careful those areas because of these big systems there in the ocean, those strong gusts, and be careful if it snows in those mountain peaks in Tasmania. The wind plus that might make some rough conditions. So be careful in those areas. There's like further north in Australia, shows in Victoria, slightly higher gusts in a few spots, but nothing that crazy. Shows later spots of Victoria in the mountains still. By Tuesday the 6th, some higher gusts in a few spots, especially possibly into Wednesday afternoon near New South Wales in Victoria. So be aware those areas. And still shows in Queensland, spots of the north, slightly breezier than normal in a few spots. And in Oceania, shows spots of Tonga, Samoa and Fiji, slightly higher gusts in a few spots of Tonga. Thursday, next Friday, not high but slightly breezier, might make some bigger waves. So shows near Queensland coast next Friday, still by May 10th, next Saturday this goes. So be aware as well, some windier conditions in those areas and the waves too. So right now there are already some larger waves, some spots there, and later might spread into spots of Tonga, Cook Islands from next week, even French Polynesia slightly higher. So be aware in those areas. And still shows here those temperatures, spots of northern Australia slightly higher, some spots to 34 degrees, spots in the south slightly colder. So this goes especially during the night. Some mountains there already like 2 degrees, 1 degree during the night, spots of New South Wales. New Zealand's already colder in the mountains to -2, more spots for north, so -1, -2. The North Island, some 6, 5 degrees, 12 degrees in Auckland. So this goes still during the day in the north, some 36 degrees, 36, 33, and in the south less. But yeah, Monday this goes still shows cooler in the south and milder, especially colder in those mountains in New Zealand, in some spots Tasmania. So Tuesday this goes still warmer in Western Australia, even to like 37 degrees in some spots there. So this goes, and then Tuesday, not Tuesday, Wednesday morning, the 7th shows slightly colder in Tasmania, still in New Zealand, those mountains there, some spots colder, and then this goes, and this is Wednesday afternoon. The 7th shows even to 36, 37 degrees for Western Australia, but Tasmania, even during the day, on the 7th, is already 0 degrees because of a mass of cold air after that cold front on May 7th. And then Wednesday night into Thursday morning, they show to -1 Tasmania, spots of 0 degrees, -1, spots of Victoria 2, and New Zealand too. So Wednesday, this goes still warmer on the northwest Wednesday afternoon, but Thursday morning still colder, Thursday into Friday morning. So be careful. In New Zealand still the mountains this goes and might continue like this, those spots there. And New South Wales slightly chillier spots of eastern New South Wales, some higher elevations, slightly warmer further inland into Queensland as well, and then this might continue. So be aware those areas, and especially with this rain and everything, spots of Oceania to later next week. So be careful those areas. Just checking here what the Canadian model has for the rainfall as well. So it does show me, because we saw the GFS and the access and everything, the European. So this is the Canadian model. It tries to form a low pressure just south of Papua New Guinea and tries to form another one near Western Guinea. So although cyclone season is over, some models are still showing some weird things, especially the Canadian model trying to form a tropical storm there later. So not saying it will form, because it's more unlikely this time of year, but just watching. So next 8 days shows some heavy rain northernmost Queensland, spots of Papua New Guinea, and especially Samoa. It doesn't show that much in Fiji, but shows the Vanuatu and just north of Fiji. So be careful. Those areas too shows more New Zealand, especially there, Tasmania, the cold fronts. So be aware those areas. Just checking if the GFS has something for that rain. So where is it here? So it shows like that moisture. It doesn't form any tropical storm, but has that blob of moisture layer going there. So, but the GFS does try to form a sneaky storm near, it's just south of Western Guinea. So we might need to watch that area still, but nothing that crazy. So stay safe.